Hey everybody, it's Soggy Dog. Today I'm going to do a video tutorial based on the tutorial on GTXGaming's forums about adding custom content and buildings to your server using the Arma 3D editor and some scripting. Harkness put this tutorial together. It's very easy to follow and it works great. This hangar that you see in front of me over here is added using this method. It works great. This puts it on the server side, and you'll see all these walls. These are done inside the Epic game itself, and the building is done in a 3D editor. So what I'm going to do is put a little building out on this island so you can see how this whole thing works. And in order to start this, what you need to do is get into the 3D editor. So we're going to escape out of our game. You need to be in the game and then escape out to the main menu. Once you're in the main menu, you hit the left Alt key and the letter E, and then pick your map you want. Alright, this is our basic map here. There's nothing added to it. And here's the island we want to put something on. There's three things you need to add. You need to add a center, which is F10. You don't really need to call it anything. We're going to end up deleting it. Next thing you want to do is add a group. Again, doesn't matter what you call it. And then you need to add a unit. This unit needs to be playable. Once that's placed, you can go into preview, get back out to 2D map, or you can edit in 3D world. I've already got one working because I've got the hangar and I don't want to overwrite that, so I'm going to load my file. There you see my hangar. Now we want to add a building over here. I like to add the building in 2D and then go into 3D to tweak it out a little bit. So we're just going to add our building. Everything is in vehicles. I'm not sure why, that's just where they're at. Add a house to one. Here's our house. Now we can go into our 3D editor. Hold shift, you can turn it. If you hold alt, go up and down. One thing you do want to add is a line here in this init expression. And what this line is going to do is make sure that your building doesn't take damage. And also make sure that if it's on a slope, it stands straight up instead of leaning to whatever the slope is. Again, I'll put a link to the text tutorial in the description of the video, and that way you can copy and paste these. And you'll notice we're not leaning too much here, but when you click OK, it snaps to where it's straight up. There's our building. Go over here, see our hangar. Again, you won't see the walls because I did them inside Epic itself and not the 3D editor. Once you've added your building, you want to save it. Harkness's instructions say save it as tut, so that's what I did. You can call it whatever you want, but we'll just stick with his tutorial. Once it's saved, you can exit out. And here's the tutorial that I'll leave a link to. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is go into your mission folder for your editor. I just did a search for tut, and it got me to the right folder, tut.generis. And you want to open up this mission SQF. I use Notepad++. It's really good. Once you're in here, there's some lines you need to delete. You need to get rid of this active add-ons. You need to get rid of your center. You need to get rid of your group. And you need to get rid of your soldiers. So what we have left is our hangar, which I placed in before, and then our new building is down here. And you also want to get rid of these 3 lines down here. At the very top, you need to add this line here. Then at the bottom you need to close everything off. Again, these lines are found in the text tutorial, and again I will leave a link to that tutorial in the description. So what we want to do now is we want to save this, and we want to save it as tut.sqf. And you want to make sure you put it somewhere where you can find it. Once that's done, you can close out of your notepad. The next step is to get everything up to our server. A lot of people use PPO Manager and other methods of opening up your PPO file. GTXGaming has a really easy way to do it. Right on your control panel, just click on Extract PPO and run the script. And it'll take a few minutes to do its thing. Make sure you leave your window open until it's done extracting everything. Once you get this line saying the script is executed successfully, you may close this window. Go ahead and close it. Go in your file manager, archives, Epic Server, add-ons. In this folder you want to add another folder called buildings. Make sure the spelling's right. Inside buildings is where you're going to put your tut.sqf. I like to rename the old one as old in case something goes wrong. You can always go back. This is the one we'll be replacing right now. You need to delete it because it won't overwrite it if you try to upload it into here. Click on Upload, Browse, Desktop, tut.sqf, upload. Once that's in, I like to check to make sure that it's the correct one, make sure everything's right. We added this line in, here's our hangar, here's our building, and we added the brackets to close it. Cancel out of that. Next thing you want to do is go into init Want to edit server functions. And at the very bottom, you need to add this line in here. Again, this can be found in the text tutorial, which I will link. This here. I have this one commented out because when I put the hanger in using this method, it actually double spawned. So you open a garage door, next thing you know, there's another door right there. If you look on the forums a couple lines down, there's a mention of this, and their suggestion was to not put it in this file, but to edit the init.sqf. That is found in your missions folder. And to get there, just open MP missions and whatever map you're using. Edit init.sqf. The person that posted in the forum mentioned putting it in the trader section. So that worked out pretty good. So you just look down and find your traders. You'll see where it says add trader cities, and then you're adding the file right here. Again, this is on GTX. Other game hosts may have it in different sections. You'll just have to check with them. But for me, putting it in this section right here worked pretty good. And you want to make sure it's inside these brackets. Once you've added everything, you can go to the game services, create PBO, execute script, let it go through its thing. And again, it'll take a minute or two here to get this done, packing PBO files. I tried using PBO Manager with GTX, and for some reason it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. When I try to launch the game, it gets stuck on authenticating. It's just easier to go in and use the stuff in the control panel. Once it says executed successfully, you can close this window and start server or restart. And then you want to go ahead and launch a game and see if you can get in. And see if your building's there. If everything worked right, we should be able to log right in. I use DayZ Launcher. It works pretty good. A lot of people use DayZ Commander. It works pretty good too. It's just a preference thing. Alright, here we are back in game. You see our hangar still here, which is great. And we also see that our building is on our little island. When I first came in, the building was not there. And I went back and looked at everything I had done, and when I looked at the tut.sqf file, it was actually the old one. So the one thing I did not do was stop the server before I extracted that PBO file folder. So make sure you do that. I think that's probably where the hang-up was. Once I extracted it, put the right SQF file in, created it, started the server, everything is back the way it should be. So that's it. That's how you can edit in the game editor and then upload everything to your server and have it show up in game. Again, these items are server side, the hangar and the building, which is nice. These walls are on the database until I switch them over, but everything works nicely together. So that's it. Please leave comments under the video for me. I will link to the text tutorial version, and I'll leave links to Notepad++ and some other things in there. Have a great day.